Friends, neighbours, countrymen, lend me your ears. Remember when we thought 2024 couldn't get any weirder? Well, buckle up, because 2025 just threw us a real doozy. President Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has decided to slap tariffs on our friendly neighbours to the north. Yes, Canada, land of maple syrup, hockey, and politely saying sorry way too much. Now, these aren't your grandma's tariffs, mind you. We're talking a whopping 25% on goods from Canada. That's right, everything from those adorable little moose figurines to those sturdy winter boots just got a whole lot pricier. And why, you might ask? Well, according to the big guy himself, it's all about trade deficits and national debt, because, nothing says fiscal responsibility like punishing the folks who buy your stuff. Naturally, Canada isn't taking this lying down. They've hit back with retaliatory tariffs of their own, targeting everything from American booze to cosmetics. Seems like our southern neighbors are learning a thing or two about playing hardball, and who can blame them? They're just defending their turf, eh? The question is, where does this all end? Because if history has taught us anything, it's that trade wars are rarely ever won. More often than not, they just leave everyone worse off. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Those Canucks had it coming, but hold your horses, buckaroo. Let's not forget that this isn't about some abstract battle between nations. It's about real people's lives, and on both sides of the border, it's ordinary folks who are feeling the pinch. See, those tariffs, they don't magically disappear into thin air. They get passed down the line all the way to your friendly neighborhood Walmart. That means higher prices on everything from groceries to gasoline. So while the politicians in Washington are busy patting themselves on the back, it's the average Joe and Jane who are left holding the bag. And let's not forget about the businesses, large and small, that rely on cross-border trade. They're the ones caught in the crossfire, forced to navigate a bureaucratic nightmare of tariffs and regulations. Many are struggling to stay afloat, while others are forced to lay off workers. So much for those great jobs we were promised, eh? The truth is, folks, this trade war is hurting the very people it's supposed to help. It's time we stop pretending otherwise. Now, I know what some folks are saying up north. Let's give those Yanks a taste of their own medicine. Cut off the oil, turn off the power. And hey, I get it. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, but before we go down that road, let's take a deep breath and consider the consequences. Cutting off essential supplies like oil and electricity, that's not just an inconvenience, folks. That's an act of economic warfare, and it's one that could easily spiral out of control. Think about it. The US relies heavily on Canadian energy. What happens when the lights start flickering in New York City, or when gas prices skyrocket in California? Do we really think the folks down south are just going to sit back and take it? Suddenly, we are not just talking about a trade war anymore. We're talking about a real live conflict between two of the closest allies on the planet. And believe me, nobody wins in that scenario. Not Canada, not the US, and certainly not the poor souls caught in the middle. So what's the solution? Well, for starters, we need to stop treating our neighbors like enemies. Remember, folks, Canada isn't some rogue state. They're our friends, our allies, and our biggest trading partner. We've been through thick and thin together. Surely we can find a better way to resolve our differences than this. Instead of lobbing tariffs back and forth like grenades, maybe it's time we sat down like civilized people and talked things out. Let's find common ground. Let's negotiate fair trade deals that benefit both sides. And let's remember that cooperation, not confrontation, is the key to a prosperous future for both our nations. Because at the end of the day, folks, we're all in this together. We're neighbors, we're friends, and we're better off working together than tearing each other apart. So let's put down the metaphorical hockey sticks and give peace a chance, huh?